All right, guys, we are here live after NXT 2.0 went off the air. We'll be talking about a little bit of NXT tonight, but it's mainly a conversation about the prime TNA impact. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? It's Phil here. Another episode of Outside the Brand is here for you guys to enjoy what's going on. It is currently December 21st, 2021. This is episode number 112, and this is Outside the Brand. Loth, we are here. We just got off, we just got done watching NXT 2.0. Not a bad show tonight. Pacing was pretty damn good, I have to say. And at the end of it all, after a little bit of NXT 2.0 discussion, we got a good episode for everybody here tonight.
Yo, yeah, man. NXT was not bad at all tonight. I very rarely think of NXT in like a light that I'll end up enjoying the whole show, but not a bad show at all. Not a bad show at all. And my boy Tony was standing tall at the end, so I always love that. So,
Oh yeah, Tony D. You know my boy Tony D.
very good show.
Awesome stuff here. Welcome guys to the stream. Betty, I see you in here. Josh, Phenom, all the good guys here tonight. We got Styles in here as well. Man, AJ Styles actually did show up on NXT tonight. Wasn't really the best way to use him for me, but hey, you know, it is what it is. It's Vince and Bruce. I kind of had to expect something like this.
Yeah, that was annoying. That was the one annoying part of the show. I wanted him to have a match, or at least a good promo, and it was just not good. Left a lot to be desired. I'll say that.
I heard it was only going to be a one-time thing for AJ Styles, but it looks like with everything going on right now with him and Grayson Waller, it looks like he might just be sticking around for a little bit. To be completely honest, I'm okay with that, but at the end of the day, if AJ Styles is going to get the better of Grayson Waller, what's it really going to do for a guy like Grayson?
That's why
I feel like Grayson would have to win that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how far the feud really goes because both of them can't really lose.
Yeah.
It's going to be something to see how they figure this out.
It's Vince and Bruce. They'll find some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, it's not going to be a full-fledged NXT review tonight. We're just going to be talking about some good high points that we saw on the show tonight, and then we'll get right into the real meat and potatoes of this live stream. But I want to get you guys knowing that I will be selling out here tonight. Tonight, guys, it's just a little chill stream for you guys here. Nothing too crazy as we are waiting for tomorrow's live stream as we are going to be doing the review of AEW Dynamite's Holiday Bash event. It's going to be a lot of fun over there, but that is for tomorrow, and this is for tonight. Follow us on social media. All of our TikTok links are down in the description, so you guys can go follow us over there. You guys can listen to Loth and Bash's new, all their songs are down in the playlist down below, but also you can go listen to their actual album that's released on Apple Music, Spotify, all the streaming platforms for music. It's all right there waiting for you guys to enjoy for your Christmas season. And I have to say, it's been pretty damn good so far. I listened to it today. My goodness, was it a great listen. Also, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. So if we can get that by let's say SummerSlam, I'd be okay with that too. Really, I'd like to have it before WrestleMania, but hey, a man can dream. But we're all here. We're going to be doing this regardless, and we are going to be doing. We're just going to be doing great things here on OTB until further notice. Loft, how was your night with NXT, and what are we really going to be talking about tonight when it comes to the meat and potatoes of this live stream here tonight?
The best parts of NXT really were I would say passion. I do think that a lot of stuff could have been a bit better, but I mean, I think they're working through a lot of stuff on that show. So I'm gonna try my best to give it some time. Even though I hate that freaking sentence with this company, because every time we give them time, they just destroy it some more. But
wait and see. Yeah, that's never a good thing.
So I mean, we'll see what happens. But tonight, I really wanted to talk about, if this is okay with you, just about the rise and fall of Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've like dipped into it at certain times while like talking about like WWE and AEW. But I was gonna make a TikTok about it earlier. I was like, there was a certain time. I think I say this a lot. There was a certain time where TNA was better than WWE, just for like a few years, or maybe I think it was a few. I'm probably saying like 2 years maybe. But I think if Prime TNA was like still going at this particular time, I think it would be the best wrestling show in the world. I think it'll be better than AEW, and for God, better than WWE. So I don't know if many people know what TNA was doing at that time.
Yeah.
How they were just like changing stuff, because like still a lot of their match types and stuff like that, I haven't seen anything come close to that since that. I haven't seen anything.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Match or a lethal lockdown or anything really. So yeah.
Prime TNA, I remember, and I told you guys this before, really, my first kind of introduction into professional wrestling, and I told you this a lot, but I don't know if you truly remember, it wasn't really WWE that got me really into professional wrestling in the first place up until, I mean, I did see WWE matches here and there from like the 2010 to like 2011 range, obviously, and obviously with the Summer of Punk in 2011, that was obviously something great. But really in 2012, that's when I really got fully diving into the world of professional wrestling, and that was Impact for me. WWE, like I said, that's always going to have a special place in my heart because I've been watching it since 2010, but I was only just kind of dabbling in 2010 and 2011 trying to figure out like what professional wrestling really was, and then all of a sudden in 2012 and when all that came to be and I found Impact Wrestling, that was it for me. I was sold from there, and then I believe 2012 was probably when the whole Aces and Eights thing happened. So yeah, it was a pretty damn good time for me watching that, just trying to get into the world of pro wrestling.
Yeah, that is that was like, it was a weird time. I enjoyed it, but when I got older, I realized that it really wasn't as good as I imagined, or as
right. Yeah. The thing is, when it came to that story, I feel like at the time it was kind of perfect for the times that we were in the world of professional wrestling. But as we grew older and we look back at that story, it didn't really have the payoff that I think we all wish that it could have possibly had.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah, the story itself, it worked because I believe it was first led by Bully Ray.
Yeah.
But like no one knew until I think it was like Lethal Lockdown or one of those pay-per-views, he like unveiled himself as the leader.
Right.
And it was a very cool angle just because of like the mysteriousness of it, and they had guys like Wes Briscoe and just guys that weren't really getting TV time. They had them on the show every week, and even though they were like wearing masks and stuff like that, you couldn't really see them. They were still getting TV time, and some of them were getting matches and stuff. But like as it dwindled down, and like when Bobby left, I mean not when Bobby, Bully left, and it was like D'Lo Brown, I think he was the leader of it at the time.
Right, yeah. There were a lot of people in that Aces and Eights stable. Let me actually look that up for you guys so we can totally see it. But yeah, Waf, you can go ahead.
It kind of happened the way like the Nexus did when like Wade left, and then Punk was the new guy, and then that it kind of the rise and fall of Aces and Eights compared to the rise and fall of Nexus are very, very similar once you think about both of them.
Yeah. Let's take a look at here. Oh my God, yeah. So we had Bully Ray as the president of it, which was their highest position. Brooke, who was their first lady. And now listen, these positions are just what they're known as on the actual Wikipedia page for the Aces and Eights. So don't really totally quote me on it. We got Bischoff as a soldier. That's awesome. We got Nuts. We got Taz in here as a spokesperson. Devon was there, obviously. D'Lo Brown, Doc, so Doc Gallows. Evilise was in there apparently. Cool. She was in the 2013 ranges and everything like that. There's some guy named Mike. I don't know who Mike is, but Mike was in it. CJ O'Doyle. Again, I'm not really making names there for that. But we got Mr. Anderson, so obviously Ken Kennedy, Tito Ortiz, Wes Briscoe, and Leva Bates, really. Okay, dang. I feel like there were a lot more members than that.
I barely remember everything that thing says. I have to go for it. Oh my god.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, so in TNA, their accomplishments were a one-time TNA TV champion, which was held by Devon. TNA World Heavyweight Championship 2 times, and that was by Bully, of course. And the TNA Gut Check winner by Wes Briscoe. What the heck is Gut Check?
That was like their tough match.
Oh shoot, yeah, okay. So yeah. And that was by Wes Briscoe. And then by Wrestling Observer Newsletter, that was voted the worst gimmick of 2012 and 2013. That's great. Thank you guys over at WON.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like I said, Aces and Eights were kind of my really dive into everything, but at the end of the day, it could have been something really more special than what it was. But I think what really got me truly invested was were the World Championship reigns of Bobby Roode and the guy you have on your profile picture there, Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this the other night. A lot of Jeff's time in TNA was being World Heavyweight Champion. And he was like getting maximum pushes during like most of his time in TNA the second time around, because I used to watch like last night I was watching the what's it called, the Bound for Glory series matches. Every time Jeff was in the match, 9 times out of 10 he won. He was getting pushed to the moon during that time, and I was having a great time, but it was just like his reign. I think Bobby Roode's reign was absolutely perfect. I think that's one of the best heel World Heavyweight Championship runs I've seen in wrestling, period. I think that was just done damn near perfectly with the whole story, with him losing to Kurt Angle the first time around. And then like I think he used like the beer bottles to cheat to win the championship in the first place. I think it was against James Storm. I think, because James Storm was world heavyweight champion, and that was very forgettable. I remember when he won, and it was just like cool for like a little bit, but he didn't really have much to him, I feel. I think he was also one of those guys that did better when he was contending for the championships instead of actually being the champion.
Right.
But he was always over, so I mean, it was never that bad. But I think Austin Aries had a really good time as far he was like X Division champion, and they bought that the Plan B option. And I tried to watch some current TNA a few weeks ago, and I was happy to see that the whole Plan B thing that Austin Aries made all that time ago, it was still
a thing, yeah.
Yeah. So I was very pleased by that. There were a lot of things. I mean, TNA with their whole X division, that was their take on the cruiserweights. I think the X division probably was one of the best divisions in wrestling at the moment. It was blowing WWE out the water because at that time they weren't even caring about the cruiserweight championship.
They got a ton of great people in the X division now. I mean, it's great what they're doing over there with that.
I hate what they did to that championship. That championship used to look so cool, and now it looks like I don't even know. It looks weird. I hate that little blue thing, but yeah, there's so much stuff like the knockout division. TNA's women's division was, oh my god, I can't.
I mean, it was god tier at that point, dude.
I can't put into words how good their women's division was compared to like the Divas. Like the Divas at that time, they were just getting out of the whole bra and panties match era, so they were trying to find their way, and it was like, oh my gosh, they were putting on top tier matches and promos.
Yeah,
they were putting on some amazing matches during that time. I see Madison Rain a lot. Like during like, I think that's Impact. I see her doing stuff with Kara Hogan a few months ago.
Yeah, that was Impact.
It's so much stuff. I mean, it's so much stuff. Wait, you came to Impact during the Aces and Eights stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. That was really like my first kind of introduction because I was watching Impact with a friend one night, and then all of a sudden Aces and Eights just came into the ring or whatever and just started attacking people. I can't remember who now, but they were just started attacking people, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck is this? and then it just started coming into that. But yeah, that was really my first time doing it. Just trying to find my way around this place, you know?
Yeah. I remember when Jeff first left. I think it was after the CM Punk match when he lost on SmackDown, and it had to be 2009 or 2010.
Yeah, that was 2009 when that happened.
Yeah, and he came back during that match. It was like that was such a freaking like moment for me because I remember like thinking that he was like done wrestling, and he comes back on TNA. Like it wasn't that short of a time that he was going from wrestling.
Right. Yeah.
Time at all. He came back and he cut his hair, and I was like, oh my god! Like, and he had the new music, so no one knew who it was until he popped up on the screen. I remember just freaking out. That was such a great time. Like that's when I was at that point. I was more invested into that than I was anything that WWE was doing because at that point they just lost my favorite wrestler. So I was trying to figure out what to do as far as like watching that company, and TNA was just like it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff that they were doing, and I want to watch Impact now. I really do, but I can't because it's not the same. Like I like Moose and I like other wrestlers on Impact, but it's just no one is doing what like Austin Aries and Bobby and Jeff and Kurt and AJ. Like, I'll ask you this. We had a discussion about this on live the other day.
Yep.
When you think of TNA, who's the first person you think of?
Oh, that's tough. Like the first three people that I think of when it comes to TNA are probably AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, and even I'd even have to say either Austin Aries or for Jeff Hardy. I mean, those are really the guys that like gravitated towards me at the time. And when it came to all of that, I mean, AJ Styles and TNA, bro.
Oh my god.
I mean, I heard of AJ Styles before TNA, before I really got into the world of like that kind of realm. But like, man, TNA AJ Styles is what got me really into being a fan of his. It really was. And the thing is, like, when it came to the women of that time, and keep in mind, I mean, I see some people in the chat talking about the women of Impact now. Impact Women's Wrestling right now is probably one of the best eras it's ever been in. And I even will have to say that, because women like Deonna Purrazzo are killing it today. Mickey James is killing it over there still. Like, fantastic work she's doing over there. And the women of professional wrestling now, and they're still being called knockouts, even though they're still being called knockouts. And the thing is, I don't know if that's really the kind of term that we should be using right now in year 2021 when it comes to women's professional wrestling. I know it's their thing, and I know they're never really going to change it. But what are your thoughts on them still being called knockouts to this very day in 2021, about to be 2022?
I mean, I think I accept it now only because they always had, like, I remember when they made Rest in Peace Daphne. I remember when they had I think it was that was the Feast and Fire stuff, where they had like 4 briefcases at the top of the ramp, and it was Velvet Sky, Daphne, Lacey Von Erich, and not Lacey Von Erich. It was 2 other people up there. I think it was Tara. She was the knockout champion. She lost the knockout championship just because she opened the briefcase up, and Angelina Love, that's who won it. I think
Angelina Love. Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
I think that was such like a hazy time for me, as far as like remembering it. But I remember Daphne doing the striptease, and I was like, they never degraded the women as much as WWE did. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Daphne, if you remember what Daphne's character was, she was not that character to be doing that. It's like, she was just an amazing wrestler, and she had a character, you know. So, and I was young during that time, so it was just like, you know. But I'm cool with the whole knockout thing. They never really did what we did with the women, just as like having like those bra and panty matches and all that bullshit. But I mean, I just think that they had a lot more to give as far as the women went. So the knockouts thing, it doesn't really bother me, I don't think.
Women like Jordynne Grace are killing it right now in Impact. Women like
Jordynne Grace is so freaking awesome, bro.
Jordynne Grace is great. She's absolutely amazing. Madison Rayne is still over there killing it. You got Rosemary, Sue Young. When Taya Valkyrie was over there in Impact before she went to WWE and NXT with Karrion and, well, Killer now. Like, she was amazing. Tennille Dashwood, the former Emma, she's awesome. And the thing is, WWE never really gave her a shot. She was just popping bubbles everywhere. And listen, as much as people don't really like her now, and trust me, I don't condone any of the actions that she did, but Tessa Blanchard at the time for her TNA run, or Impact run, when she was there, you can't really discredit anything about that. She's not really all that in good graces now, but when she was there, it's not like you could really miss what she did over there. And like I said, I don't condone anything that she did. Trust me. But yeah, there was some stuff over there that she did that were revolutionary when it came to that.
I never saw a lot of the stuff. Every time I heard her name, it was something negative connected to it.
Yeah,
So I mean, I wasn't really like hard pressed to see what she was doing.
yeah,
But
no. And trust me, the thing is now I don't think really anybody will even take a chance on her ever again after what happened. But um, and rightfully so. You just don't do that, especially to the other women of professional wrestling. But and even some of the guys.
yeah,
But um, but yeah, uh, other people like I said, Deonna Purrazzo, absolutely killing it in that women's division right now. Have you seen Deonna Purrazzo before, and what she has done for Impact as of late,
I've seen a
or
little
any other work? Because she's been in other promotions too.
much. I've seen a little bit.
Okay. I mean, Deonna Purrazzo was in WWE, never really got a shot in NXT. Got cut due to the CV-19 pandemic and all that stuff. But when she found her home in TNA, well, Impact now, man, she's been doing great stuff. Great stuff. Um, I mean, let's not forget Havoc and Rosemary as well. You see those guys killing it.
I've seen a
And
little
now,
bit, tiny bit.
also, you know the Iconics too. They're the women tag team champions over there.
I'm happy for them. I really am. I'm
They're
really
known
happy.
as the Inspiration now, and they're the tag team champions, doing some good things over there too. But Styles, thank you so much for that. You need to have the comment of the day because, man, Luff, where were you at this point in time when you saw this match?
Oh man, I did not see this match live. I did not watch this match live. Do you remember Comcast On Demand? You had to press that like button and like all the like the movies and shit came up. That's where I started watching that because like a lot of that stuff came on when like I was like past my freaking bedtime. I think I was watching that at like 9 and 10, and I couldn't stay up and watch it on Thursday nights. But I saw that match years later, and man, that's still one of the best wrestling matches I've seen in my life.
I
That
think it's the best triple threat match in TNA history. I really do.
it damn near is. I mean, it damn near is. If I'm thinking,
Unbreakable 2005 is probably one of the best pay-per-views that TNA has ever really produced. You had that triple threat for the X Division Championship. You had Raven versus Rhino. I mean, that's just wild in itself. You had the Naturals defeating Alex Shelley and Johnny Candido, America's Most Wanted, and America's Most Wanted, and like that amazing Fatal 4-Way elimination tag match. Bobby Roode and Jeff Hardy in a singles match. I mean, come on.
oh yeah,
Abyss and Sabu. Jesus Christ. Chris Sabin and Petey Williams. Austin Aries and Roderick Strong. I mean, guys, come on. You see just the names that I'm listing, like that I'm listing to you guys right now, and man, all of that was in 2005. We also had Shark Boy. You remember Shark Boy? Oh my god. Shark Boy. But yeah, Kurt Angle. My gosh, yeah, Kurt Angle. All right, let me take a look at something real quick, people. Okay, so the Sportster, right? The Sportster.com listed the top 10 best matches in TNA Impact Wrestling history. And we should go over that when Olaf gets back. If you were a wrestler, what TNA match type would you guys want to do? All right, we'll definitely answer that very soon. We'll talk about Kurt Angle. The Unbreakable 2005 one was better than the Turning Point 2009 one. Yeah, I 100% agree. I loved Unbreakable 2005, that triple threat between those three. Instead, I liked the Turning Point 09, but yeah, this was Unbreakable 5. That was way better in my eyes. We will go over the top 10 TNA matches according to thesportster.com in just a little bit, but we will wait until Off gets back for that. I was wondering if you if one of the next NXT reviews, could we talk about Prime Ring of Honor? Ring of Honor? Yeah, we can totally talk about Ring of Honor. I mean yeah, we can totally do that on a Tuesday night, 100%. I loved Ring of Honor. I think Ring of Honor shutting down for a little bit, it sucked, but at the time there were just some things that needed to be taken care of for Ring of Honor, and now when they return, and they will make their return, when they do make their return, it's going to be great for all of that. So yeah, 100%. We can talk about Prime Ring of Honor when that time comes. If you're a wrestler in TNA, who would you choose to have as your tag team partner? Ooh, talk about tag team partners. We'll talk about match types. Man, I would have loved to team with Austin and Aries. I really would. I just love Austin Aries, bro. Austin Aries, he's so great. I don't know where he is now in the world of professional wrestling, but man, Austin Aries. He is absolutely one of the greats when it comes to TNA. Don't know where he is now, and I want to actually know where he is now. That way I can at least give him some kind of credit. I actually know. I think he might be done. Is he done with professional wrestling? Or no, I hope he wouldn't be done with professional wrestling. Somewhere on the indies? Probably. Just hope he wouldn't be done. You would choose Jeff Hardy? Yeah, that's always a good choice. Sure, guys. Man, but yeah, Austin Aries, dude, come on now. When he was in WWE, I really wanted them to use him in a special way. I really did. I think Austin Aries would have been really good in WWE if they used him right. Oh, he's in the NWA now? That's cool. That's awesome. Good for Austin. Oh, he was in a tournament for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. Okay. All right. So he's definitely still doing some great stuff over in the world of professional wrestling. That's good on him. That really is. I do want to answer that question, Nathan, but I want to wait until Loft gets back because I think that would be a great question to ask Loft as well about what match he would love to be a part of. Because man, I got some great. I think I got some good answers here, but I want to bounce off the wall. So yeah. 30 belts around a bunch of promotions. Yeah. Yeah. Austin Aries. Hey. He probably did. He probably did. Austin Aries and Bobby Roode is an underrated team. Listen, bro. Sounds like an awesome team to me. What are my thoughts on Davey Richards? I love Davey. Davey was great, dude. Davey Richards. Hey, let's take a look at what he's done in Impact. I mean, I loved everything when it came to Davey Richards. He's currently in MLW right now. You're right on that. He's a 5-time TNA World Tag Team Champion with Eddie Edwards. TNA World Cup. Hey, what's up? Somebody asked us in the comments, Aiden Acosta, thoughts on Davey Richards, if you seen Davey.
I mean, I liked him when I think he first came to TNA. The second or third time he came around to TNA with his Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards, yep.
When you're doing the American Wolves thing, that was cool. That's like my only recollection of him. I think. Wait, was he in the match with Moose at what pay per view was that? What pay per view that we watched together? Where they had
recently?
Yeah.
Shoot. Let me take a look at that again. Impact pay-per-views recently. Let's take a look at that because we also had some other questions that I do want to get to as well. There was Bound for Glory, there was Slammiversary, and there was Rebellion. We pretty much started getting back into it by Rebellion when Kenny Omega was there. I don't think Bound for Glory. Let's take a look at Bound for Glory 2021. I don't really think this was it there. That was Josh Alexander with Moose. Yeah, that was Josh Alexander. Then at Slammiversary, we're talking about Davey Richards, right? Yeah.
Turning Point. Okay. That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't. Okay. Yeah. So if it was Turning Point, it was Turning Point. But yeah, so somebody in our chat asked, and I do want to scroll up here, give you guys the credit that you deserve. Eden Acosta asked if if you were a wrestler, what TNA match type would you guys want to be participating in? There are so there are so many match types in TNA that were so like one of a kind to that brand. And the thing is, you had like lethal lockdown matches, you had Feast or Fire, you had Ultimate X matches. I'd love to participate in an Ultimate X match. That was so cool to me at the time.
That was so God.
Dude. Ultimate X matches, my God.
I remember watching the first one. They're like, "All right, how you win? Get the X." And I was like, "There's no ladders." And I was like, "How are they gonna get up there?" And I saw freaking climb up.
They're just hanging upside down like monkeys.
I'm like, "What is this?" Sanjay climbing on the rope. I'm like, "What in the world am I watching?" And they're like doing moves off the rope and hitting the ground all hard. And
yeah, they were just like springboarding off these ropes and like just doing like. When they were hanging off the ropes and everything, they turned their bodies around to do like a goddamn moonsault or whatever. I was like, holy shit!
They were taking bumps.
And Aiden, yes, Nick Aldis in TNA at the time, yes, very underrated. I love Nick. But yeah, what match would you like to participate in if you were in TNA?
Ultimate X for sure.
Ultimate X. There was also a question in here. I believe it was by Aiden as well. If you were a part of a tag team in TNA, who would you want to have as your tag partner?
Jeff, obviously.
Yeah, there was definitely a Jeff, and I said Austin Aries
or Amazing Ray.
Or Amazing. Oh yeah, Amazing Ray.
He was cool. He was like
Amazing Ray is still killing it, bro. He's still killing it in House of Glory.
That's great. That's great to hear.
Yeah, I said Austin Aries. I freaking love Austin Aries. I think he was so underutilized in WWE. I really do.
We never got our WWE and TNA crossover like feud. Like we never got like the Abyss versus Taker and Kane versus Abyss and
Abyss. Oh my God. Abyss. Listen, I loved Abyss, and then all of a sudden when he was trying to transition back into like the Joseph Parker or whatever that was.
Yeah, that was weird.
That whole like two-sided kind of personality for him. Oh my God, that was so. I don't even know what to even think of that. But that was Josh's question. My God, I'm sorry, Josh. Sorry about that. But listen, when it came to scrolling up and everything, not a ton of people can be scrolled up towards in the chat. But I was trying to look up the top 10 best matches in TNA / Impact Wrestling history. The Sportster.com wrote an article about that actually, and we can go through the top 10 matches they chose as the top 10 of all time. Obviously, this is all subjective, but this is what they had as their top 10. You want to go down?
This should be good.
Number 10, Kurt Angle versus Jeff Hardy, Victory Road 2012. To be completely honest, I remember this match to some extent, but
wait, what match was it?
Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy at Victory Road 2012.
Oh my God! No,
yes,
Kurt and Jeff, they were gold every time they did something in TNA.
Yes.
Oh man.
Not the Victory Road situation, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah, that was.
That's not even going to be in contention for top 10 of all time. But this match right here at Victory Road 2012 between Kurt and Jeff, my God, great stuff.
And I love how they gave him like a second chance after that too, years later. You know, like years.
Storyline saw Angle being extremely unhappy after learning his children idolized Jeff. At Victory Road, he set out to put Hardy in his place. The two wrestled a fantastic match that renewed fans' faith in Hardy, while Angle picked up a win with a little help from the ropes. That was just a little bit of a synopsis there. Number 9, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe at Lockdown 2008.
Beautiful match.
Great stuff there as well. Joe and Angle had already proven that they had fantastic chemistry in the ring, and they showcased as much in this match. It ended the right way as well, with Joe picking up the hard-fought victory and becoming the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It was the only reign Joe got with the gold, but it was worth it because of this match alone. I didn't know Joe was only a one-time TNA champion.
Yeah, they ruined him. They fumbled Joe bad. Oh man.
I always felt like Joe had like a pretty damn good career. I just didn't think he had only the one title reign.
His TNA run was it should have been so much more than what it was. So much more.
Then why do I remember it being so damn good?
Because he was a prominent figure. He always put on good matches, but for his like skill, he should have been world champion for much more. And like he was like when they were doing the Bound for Glory series, 9 times out of 10 he was in the top 3, but like he was losing to like a AJ or a Kurt or a Jeff, so it kind of ran its course.
The number 8 match I have on here is Kurt Angle again, taking on Sting at Bound for Glory 2007.
I watched it a month ago. I watched it about a month ago. That was a good match too.
TNA did a fantastic job of building excitement for this match, and the result was a heavyweight showdown that really had a big match feel to it. After a strong performance by both men, Sting picked up the win and becoming a 2-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Number 7, guess who? Kurt Angle again. Kurt Angle had a lot of great matches in TNA. That's pretty much what I'm getting at here. He took on AJ Styles at Hard Justice 2008.
Kurt and AJ.
Kurt and AJ? I mean, give me that. Like, seriously.
Oh, God.
So both men pulled out moves that were not a regular part of their arsenals at the time, with Styles picking up the win after dropping Angle with a DDT from the top turnbuckle. It was a great match that solidified Angle and Styles as a couple of the best performers in the promotion at that time. 100%. I mean, Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, like Styles said, Kurt Angle and TNA at the time, oh my God, it seemed like he was untouchable. It really did.
Amazing. Styles and Angle were hit every single time. Every single time.
Number 6 is AJ Styles taking on Christopher Daniels Against All Odds in 2005. I feel like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels had such great in-ring chemistry. No matter where they were going to go, they were just going to have some great matches no matter what. I feel like they could even still pull out a great match now. And they still look great. So after almost 3 years in the same promotion without ever facing off, they met in a 30-minute Iron Man match at Against All Odds in 2005. They wrestled an amazing match with Styles picking up the win in sudden death after one man failed to beat the other in the stipulated 30 minutes. 30-minute Iron Man match. Give me my fucking money. Like, I'll give it to you. Number 5, Abyss versus Rhino versus Sabu versus Jeff Hardy. Jesus Christ. The hell?
Yeah.
Bound for Glory in 2005. I might have to go see that.
They were going crazy. Jeff just got there around that time. He just got there.
Abyss, Rhino, Sabu, and Jeff Hardy. What the hell?
They were going nuts.
They wrestled a great hardcore match with some truly insane spots at Bound for Glory 2005. The highlight of the match is Jeff Hardy hitting a swanton bomb off an 18-foot drop to Abyss on a table below. It was absolutely crazy before he took a pile driver and was pinned by Rhino, who won the match. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. I might have to go watch that after this. Number 4 was AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn versus Psychosis versus Low Key, NWA TNA's second pay-per-view. Don't know what that is, but listen, you got Low Key, who's killing it right now, still in House of Glory. Psychosis, I haven't seen much of him, but I know what the fuck he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Lynn speaks for itself, and AJ Styles, I see the picture right here as the current X Division champion at the time, or at least what looks it. It's just got a big red X in the middle of the championship, so I think that would be the X Division title.
Yeah.
Resulting in the match was great and showcased the sheer amount of talent TNA had on its roster. This also set the foundation for the X Division, there you go, to become one of the most exciting parts of the promotion. Styles picked up the win by eliminating Jerry Lynn last to become the first ever X Division champion. So this was the crown, the first ever champ. Is AJ Styles who you think of first when you think of the X Division title, or is that somebody completely different?
Him and Amazing Red.
Amazing Red, okay. Number 3 is America's Most Wanted versus Triple X at Turning Point 2004. I have to ask this. America's Most Wanted and Triple X, who was that?
America's Most Wanted, James Storm and Lance something. Oh God.
America's Most Wanted. Let me
James Storm and the other dude. He came back. I forget his name. Damn, I forget his name.
Let me take a look at this. America's Most Wanted in professional wrestling. Members of Chris Harris, James Storm, and Gail Kim was their manager. Oh shit! Okay.
Chris freaking Harris.
Chris Harris. Who the heck is that? Hold on. Let me actually take a look at him. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell to me, honestly. But I'm going to take their word for it. Listen, seems pretty damn good to me. And then Triple X. I typed in Triple H. My bad. Let's take a look at Triple X. See what this was. Christopher Daniels. Low Key. And Elix Skipper.
Elix Skipper was awesome.
I totally butchered that name probably, but
no, you said it right. I believe so. Elix Skipper was, oh my gosh. He has one of the, I think he has like, remember the old WWE signature they used to do? Like the first one? When they show like the highlights and matches and stuff like that, him and I don't think that was Kenny Kimber. I think Elix Skipper was the one that did like the Hurricane Rhino off the top of the steel cage.
Okay.
When you see it, you'll probably recognize it, but that was like one of the best spots in TNA history. Like when someone was like sitting on the cage and he like flipped them. Oh my! It was such a
So yes, it's actually listed right here in the actual synopsis of the match. The match has potentially had one of the greatest TNA spots of all time, which saw Elix Skipper walk across the bar on the top of the cage and hit Lance Storm with a brutal Frankensteiner. America's Most Wanted won the match with a neckbreaker powerbomb combination en route with working one of TNA's best matches of all time. So I think that was the spot you're talking about.
That spot was perfect.
Number 2 was Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe at Genesis 2006. I watched that match recently. That match was great.
Yes.
After 15 minutes of frantic action, Angle won the match via submission. This matchup proved that Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe have fantastic chemistry in the ring, eventually setting them up for another match at Lockdown 2008. It also proved that Angle was one of the greatest in-ring workers of all time, and that Joe was one of the promotion's biggest stars. And number one, we already talked about it. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Unbreakable 2005. Not only was he extremely fast paced, it also allowed Joe to show off his high flying skills. Styles was his usual amazing self, while Daniels held everything together. The match came to an end when Styles pinned Daniels to win the TNA X Division Championship. It was a fantastic main event that was praised by fans and critics alike. Today had that as number one. Like I said, I think that was their best triple threat of all time when it came to TNA. You saw guys like Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles all being a part of this. And yeah, that was the top 10 matches of all time when it came to the Sportster for Impact Wrestling / TNA. Not a bad list whatsoever. And honestly, I can't really disagree.
Yeah.
And I feel like there were a lot more stuff, though, that Jeff Hardy had that really could be discussed as well for amazing matches in TNA history. Even though Jeff Hardy only appeared once on this list, Jeff Hardy was an amazing competitor in TNA. Excuse me. Can we talk about the Eric Young being TNA's Daniel Bryan star? Eric Young, when they did all of that, what were your thoughts on all of that? Eric Young and that being into TNA at the time. I think Loft got kidnapped again, guys.
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah.
He was the freaking Santino Marella and Daniel Bryan story in less than a decade.
Yeah.
They combined a lot of that stuff when he was there. He was always a good wrestler, but he never really like sat with me because I just feel like he just didn't have the I don't know. I don't know why I was never really a big fan of him.
I feel like early Eric Young was a very, I wouldn't say immature, but he was legitimately just trying to find himself and what he was going to be in the world of professional wrestling. But then as he got older and as he actually got more developed, that's when we saw like the real Eric Young, and we actually got him involved in better storylines down the line. I would never say like, I mean, he was undeveloped at the time, but the thing is, he was so young. We were trying to figure, no pun intended, that we were trying to figure out where the heck he was going to fit in all of it, and pretty much everything in TNA.
Yeah, I never was that invested into him like at all. I never. I saw why he like people liked him, but it's just like,
He was just so undeveloped at the time, so we were just trying to figure out what the heck this kid can do. And then once he actually got older and once we actually got to figure out, like, all right, this guy can actually go if given the chance, they just have to give it. They just have to give that chance to him. So let's actually take a look here. I know you guys talked about other things here in the comments that I do kind of want to discuss. Let's take a look. If you have anything that you want to even just shout out. Well, if you can just say something, we can bounce off each other from there.
I was thinking of something else. Damn. Oh man. What was that? Oh man, I can't think of the match. I'll think of it later. I've always thought they took better care of their wrestlers for the most part, just off of like writing wise, because a lot of storylines they had, a lot of them made sense, but like there were many of them too that just like never should have happened. Like the whole when Booker T was like African and they had him do that terrible accent. I don't even think Booker T should have never went to TNA. Like,
oh yeah, I remember Booker T and TNA.
He was like freaking Black Snow, and he was like the commentator. It was funny, but
yeah,
like he should have never been there. Like he should have never gone over there because there was no point in him like trying to revitalize what he did in WWE when it was already like cool. Like he didn't have to mess with it, you know. He didn't have to
How familiar are you today with the roster of Impact?
You said what?
How familiar are you today with the wrestlers in Impact Wrestling?
I know
like,
very
in
few
today's roster.
I know very few.
Very few.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just go down some people that I think you would know, but I don't know for sure. Brian Myers, we all know who that is, the former Kurt Hawkins. Mm-hmm. Chelsea Green, we all know that as well. She took a brutal headshot recently. Actually, by Matt Cardona, of all people, her goddamn husband.
What?
Yeah, it was an unprotected unprotected headshot by a goddamn steel chair. Matt Cardona was trying to hit Moose, and Moose ducked, and he hit Chelsea right in the head. Unprotected too, like she legitimately had no time.
Wow.
Chris Bay, I think you know of Chris Bay.
Yeah.
You may not know him, but you may know of him.
I do know of his existence, yes.
Chris Sabin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Sabin's great. Crazy Steve. I don't even remember him that much.
Crazy Steve was cool.
Yeah. We got Decay in here. We got Deonna Purrazzo. Great stuff. D'Lo Brown. Still over there killing it. Really? Commentary wise. Don't worry, not an actual wrestler. Eddie Edwards is still here. He's awesome. I love Eddie Edwards. Eric Young, he's here. We got Finn Juice. That's David Finlay and Juice Robinson. We got Gail Kim here. We got Havoc. We got Heath. You know Heath.
Oh, yeah, he's got kids.
Yeah, he got kids. He's actually teaming up with Rhino again.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh,
yeah, they're back together.
Oh, yeah, Styles, no. When they had that freaking terrible storyline where AJ was like cheating on his wife and the girl came in and she was like, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
She came in with the pictures. That was nuts. I think it turned out like she was like lying the whole time at the end of the storyline. That was nuts.
So we got Jonah Rock. Jonah's there now.
That's good.
The former Bronson Reed. Obviously Jordan Grace. She is the
she's awesome.
She's actually the champion. She's a champion there right now, actually. I think she's the digital media champion.
She's cool.
We also got Josh Alexander in there. Josh Matthews, he's there killing it. People give a lot of crap to Josh Matthews, man. We got the Laredo kid.
Who's that?
You need to watch him, dude. He is so good.
I've never heard that name before.
Laredo kid is so good, bro. Madison Rain is still over here, believe it or not.
She's always been great.
Matt Cardona, we know him. We got the former Aiden English. He's here.
Really?
Yeah, Aiden English signed with Impact not too long ago. His name is Matthew something. I can't pronounce that last name. But yeah, Aiden English is there in Impact. We got Matt Striker. Matt Striker's there.
Matt Striker.
Yeah.
That's a name.
We got the former school teacher.
Matt Striker.
Mercedes Martinez, she's over there.
I like her.
Mickey James, she's awesome.
Amazing.
We got Moose.
Moose.
We got Moose. We got Rachel Ellering.
I don't know who that is.
You know Paul Ellering, the former manager of AOP, all those years ago?
I do not remember that.
Dang it. Shoot. I might pull it up for you. Maybe you'll remember it if you see the face. AOP with Paul Ellering. Let's see. They were in NXT. I definitely feel like you might actually remember it, but it's just not ringing a bell. Let's take a look. Anything ring a bell?
No.
No. Anyways, that's the old guy's father. Not father. Jesus. Daughter. My God. Sorry. But yeah. That was their manager at the time until they got called up to the main roster. Then they got paired up with Seth Rollins, and then not too shortly after, they got released. But that's not their fault. That was just all WWE being stupid. But yeah, Rachel Ellering is Paul Ellering's daughter. She's amazing, dude. She's a really good worker. We got Rhino. We all know Rhino. We got Rich Swann.
Rich Swann was good.
We got Rosemary. We got Sami Callihan. I hope you know Sammy.
I know of him.
You know of him. He's fantastic, bro. We got Scott D'Amore, pretty much their general manager.
Okay.
We got Steve Macklin, who was the former Steve Cutler.
Steve Macklin,
amazing guy over there. We got Sue Young. We got Tennille Dashwood, the former Emma, like I said earlier. The Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. We got The Inspiration. So that's the Peyton and Billy Kay. But what the heck is their names now? The heck are their names now, guys? Come on, you guys.
I have no idea.
Come on, you guys should know this with me. Oh, Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay. Cassie Lee is the Peyton Royce and Jesse McKay is Billy. And then if we continue on, we got Trey Miguel, the current X Division champion, who follows me on TikTok. A little bit of a flex there.
Don't flex on myself. What was that?
We got VSK, who I saw at an independent wrestling show at one point. He is fantastic. He even showed up on AEW Dark a couple of times.
Okay.
We got Willie Mack. We got W. Morrissey, the former Big Cass.
Oh yeah, he is over there.
And Ziggy Dice. Ziggy Dice. Ziggy Dice. He's actually pretty cool. He's not. If you look at the picture right now that I'm looking at, it does not look like he can really be something, but he's actually a pretty cool wrestler.
Huh.
I did kind of just run down the entire roster, but only the actual people that I think you would know. And yeah, so there are some other great guys in here that really could be something. But Deonna Purrazzo, my God, she's done so much for this women's division over there in Impact. It's not even funny, and that's like my third or fourth time mentioning her. But hey, you know, she deserves to be that. She deserves to be mentioned that many times. Let's take a look at the actual champions right now in Impact. List of champions in Impact Wrestling right now. So we can get a glimpse into everything. So the Impact World Champion we all know is Moose. He won the belt back on October 23rd, 2021. Held it for 60 days so far after defeating Josh Alexander. After just minutes after beating Christian Cage in his Collier Shot Gauntlet Championship privilege. That's how he won the championship. He called a shot and he won the belt. Trey Miguel won the X Division Championship on that same night on October 23rd, 2021, defeating Steve Macklin and El Phantasmo in a triple threat match for the vacant title at Bound for Glory. The current champions for the Impact World Tag Team Championships, those are the Good Brothers with Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. They won the belts on July 17, 2021.
Oh.
What's that? They defeated Violent by Design, represented by Rhino and Joe Doering, Rich Swann and Willie Mack, and followed by No Way, the former No Way Jose, in a fatal four-way match at Slammiversary, where Anderson pinned Rhino to retain the titles. We got Mickie James as a Knockouts champion right now. Amazing stuff. She won it on October 23rd by defeating Deonna Purrazzo at Bound for Glory. The Inspiration won the tag belts from Decay at Bound for Glory. We had a lot of big title changes at Bound for Glory that year in 2021 in October. And then Jordan Grace became the first ever Impact Digital Media champion by defeating Chelsea Green, Crazy Steve, Falaba, John Schuyler, and Madison Rayne in the tournament finals intergender six-way match to become the inaugural champion. We got some pretty damn good champions here in this company right now, guys. pretty much everybody has held their championships for 60 days because pretty much everybody won their championships at Bound for Glory this year.
Wow.
Except for the Good Brothers. But yeah. But when you have the Good Brothers, Trey Miguel, Moose, Mickey James, The Inspiration, and Jordan Grace as your champions in this company, that's a pretty damn good list, if you ask me. It really is. It may not be the old style TNA that we were talking about before, but man, for what it is in the year 2021, about to be 2022, this is not a bad place to be.
Oh no, not at all. I part of me wishes that they still had like their TV deals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they'll be doing much more.
It just sucks because we're still in this kind of like pandemic era right now, and we're not getting the audience that I feel like this company could have if we actually had some kind of a TV deal like that. Because you got some great guys over here.
Yeah.
But you're just not getting the exposure that they really should deserve because of no TV deal.
Yeah. A lot of it I feel like it's the old TNA crowd sees this and they're like, is this the same? And it's not. So that just I know that's what threw me off because it doesn't even feel the same. It just feels like I'm watching a regular wrestling show. And what that's good. Cause I do like watching like those indie shows and stuff like that. Because some of those shows have like some of the best wrestlers in the world. But at the same time, there was a point where this show was just like taking Raw on Mondays, and even though I think that was one of the things that eventually killed it, that the fact that they even thought to do something like that, and now they're at the point where they're barely on like a regular cable TV channel, is just like it's weird. Because Spike TV, I remember I only used to watch Spike TV for that, you know.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, Spike TV was not for kids, you know, at all. So
right.
The only thing I was watching it was for TNA, and that show was so much different than what WWE was. It made it for such a different experience, and it's like I wish it was still in this prime. I still think that would be the best show. I feel like there's things that AEW does that TNA would have done better, and I know for sure things that WWE is trying to do at this point, TNA would have done. And I still feel like Mick Foley is a huge part of the reason why it fell apart, because I feel like once he came in and like once they changed the ropes and it was like it wasn't blue rope, it wasn't red ropes anymore, it was blue ropes. And I remember when Hulk Hogan, I remember the day when Hulk Hogan came, they were trying their best to throw every single shot they could at Vince McMahon, like everything. And I remember I forget what Hulk Hogan, I think he called a 6-sided ring, he called it like a playpen or something. And I always was like offended by that, because that was the one thing that made TNA unique, you know.
Yeah.
It was a freaking 6-sided ring, you know.
Like, yeah, no, I never seen anything like that in the world of professional wrestling at the time. Like that was so unique.
Monday Night Raw .2, you know, like 2.0. I mean, and it was just like, why am I watching this if they're just trying to make it Monday Night Raw again? And it was on the same week. It was on the same day. They had it on Thursdays, and it was fine there. For some reason, they just added to freaking Mondays, trying to compete with something that you can't compete with. That's why I keep trying to tell these wrestling companies, stop trying to compete with WWE, because even if you have the better show, you're not going to win that battle. You know, that's what TNA insisted on doing, and that's what eventually led to their demise, because they were way too focused on showing Vince McMahon up instead of making a good wrestling show, and eventually it just fell apart.
Now, I did want to take into account, somebody did say that their next pay-per-view, Hard to Kill, Aiden Acosta. Hard to Kill is happening on January 8th, 2022. That's their next pay-per-view. We got some pretty good matches here right now. That could be something to really go up against. If you guys don't know, Battle of the Belts for AEW is also happening on that day. It's not a pay-per-view. That's just a 1-hour show on TNT. That's happening. And the only match we have announced for that show is Britt Baker taking on Riho for the AEW Women's World Championship. But we got 5 matches so far for Hard to Kill on January 8th. And I'd like to go over them with you if you guys don't mind. And Olaf, you might actually be somewhat invested into some of these matches here. We got Mickie James taking on Deonna Purrazzo in a Texas death match for the Impact Knockouts Championship. That's just going to be insane. We got Josh Alexander taking on Jonah Rock in a singles match. Should be pretty cool. Josh Alexander, an amazing in-ring talent, and Jonah Rock, he's also an amazing talent there. We got a 10-man hardcore wars match with Eddie Edwards, Rich Swann, Heath, Lily Mack versus the Good Brothers and Violent by Design and Eric Young, Diener, and Joe Doring. We got Chelsea Green versus Jordan Grace versus Lady Frost versus Rachel Ellering, Rosemary, and Tasha Steelz in a Knockouts Ultimate X match for a future Impact Knockouts Championship opportunity. The first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match. That's insane. And then a triple threat for the Impact World Championship. Moose defends against Matt Cardona and W. Morrissey. And those are the matches so far announced for Hard to Kill 2022.
That doesn't sound bad.
The first ever Ultimate X match for the women.
That should be interesting.
That's insane. Like,
the fact that the first one's happening right now is nuts to me.
Yeah. And Deonna Purrazzo versus Mickie James in a Texas death match? I mean, come on there. That should be great. And then Moose versus Cardona versus Morrissey? Come on now. I mean,
I like how he's getting the team now.
Cardona and Morrissey?
Yeah.
They were... When Morrissey was in WWE and they turned him heel on Enzo and all that kind of stuff, they never did that right.
At all.
They never did. Fine. You had him attack Enzo, like that was fine, and I mean it might have been predictable to a lot of people. But after that, first of all, the guy just could not talk on the mic. Especially at that time during he couldn't talk. And the matches they had together, singles wise, was just not good. They never did it right. And then Cardona in WWE, man, talk about an up and down fucking roller coaster for that guy.
Yeah.
You had him as the United States champion. Never really got anywhere. Then he made the actual internet championship just to get on TV. Which actually got him over.
Very over.
And then I believe that's when they gave him the United States title. When he lost that, he went into not really a feud with John Cena, but he kind of like just grew a friendship with him. Then all of a sudden started dating Eve or having some kind of relationship with Eve, and then all of a sudden Kane is like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna kidnap you tonight." And then John Cena had to save her from an ambulance. Then just wild stuff, dude.
Just takes his girl in front while he's in a wheelchair with a neck brace on. Man, John Cena taking the girl.
He was like, "Wait, what? What?" And all of a sudden, John Cena's like, "Oh yeah, I lost a broski for a hoski," and I was like, "Oh my god."
That was a great segment. That was
good though. And then all of a sudden, Cardona, Ryder at the time, he just gets chucked off the stage in the wheelchair by Kane. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna wheel off the stage." And then he was gonna drag people to hell under the ring. Like it was a crazy time, people. It really was.
Really, really bad years.
Yeah, like. And he said it multiple times in interviews that those years were probably not the worst years of his wrestling career, but the worst years of his life.
That's nuts.
And he said that too.
Just actively destroying his life. Like, all right, now you're gonna go out there and Cena's gonna take your girl. You gotta sit there and take it.
He's like, nah, like, what do you mean?
I can murder you.
Like,
that's ridiculous.
And he has said that in multiple interviews too, that this was and those were probably some of the worst years of his life, not just in his career. You guys even go find it.
Understandable.
And then he wins the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, and then loses it the next day. I mean, yeah, come on, like.
Yeah, they
did not. Now, was he ever going to be a world champion? No, but you could have booked him better. I mean, imagine Matt Cardona as a world champion in WWE. He was so over enough that we probably could have made that happen. I don't think they would have ever really done anything with it, but
they made his whole thing too comedic. It was just like,
yeah,
and it wasn't even like a good comedic. It was just more like they're not even booking him to win a match. Period. So why in the world would he win a championship? That's why he had to make his own and win that.
Yeah. The Z True Long Island Story on YouTube, that was the one actual internet series that he created himself so that he can actually get some time.
Yeah.
To show what he can do to us. And that was really the first time WWE actually kind of acknowledged YouTube.
Yeah.
Because before that, they weren't really on YouTube or even really social media at the time.
Zack Ryder started a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. So, like.
Oh, and that stupid kid, the hype bro, Mojo Rawley, or Rowley, whatever his name was.
And even Mojo has said that, like, that was terrible. Also, I believe, and you guys can go try to go find this as well. Cardona said, "Listen, Raleigh as a person, amazing, but he hated that time as a hype bros. He really did. He's like the actual guy that I started to being paired up with. He's an amazing human being. I wish nothing but the best. But that tag team, probably one of the lowest points of my career as well. And that sucks to say, but I mean, heck, if he thinks it, we really can't dispute it, you know? Yeah, he said he hated a hyper since day one. Yeah, it's on the Chris Van Vliet interview that he did. Oh yeah, and Waff. They took the Z True Long Island story from him.
Yeah, they took
Like
that and ran with
they
it.
took it away.
They took that and ran with it.
So yeah, I mean, like they just messed him up hard, and we already talked about W Morrissey, but it's just the single stuff that he's always tried to do in WWE. They never really did anything with that, and those were really the two guys in Impact that you can really say that in WWE they weren't anything. But in Impact now, look at where they are going to be at Hard to Kill. In a World Championship match with Moose, who's probably one of the longest tenured guys in Impact and probably his history.
Yeah.
And just the difference between two promotions of what they can really see in you as a performer. Not just a person, but as a performer. It's night and day.
They never cared. Never cared.
Oh yeah, and Matt Cardona is also the king of the deathmatch. Killing it legitimately in GCW. One of the best heels ever since leaving the company.
That's true. Yo, freaking Crimson.
And Crimson, yeah.
Crimson was awesome, and then they ruined him in that freaking Matt Morgan feud. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They made Crimson Goldberg, and they tried to make Matt Morgan Batista, and it's never worked. Matt Morgan can't wrestle. He was just 7 feet tall with a boot.
So hard shoot.
Matt Morgan, I had a very big distaste towards Matt Morgan for a long time. Oh my god. They tried to make him Batista. I was like, yeah, let's give you this bicycle kick as your finisher. Yeah, that's original. The blueprint. Get the hell out of my face. He's getting bicycled by heel Jeff repeatedly every week. They really tried to convince me that he was just the peak of wrestling when I'm like 11. So I'm easily fooled. I'm like, oh, Matt Morgan. I remember having talks. Oh, yeah, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles. Hey, you heard about that Matt Morgan? No, we didn't hear about that Matt Morgan.
Nah.
No one heard about what Matt Morgan was doing. Oh my God. He did his thing, but man, they overrated him. They tried to push him to the moon. And he never got I don't even think he ever won a world championship.
He was a tag team champion with Hernandez.
And Crimson, I feel like.
And Crimson, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the only two championships that he's won in Impact.
Yeah.
He was only a tag team champion.
Batista, and you can't be Batista because you're not Dave. So
he was an OVW heavyweight champion.
Ooh.
He was an NWA Florida heavyweight champion.
I don't care about NWA. No, I'm playing. I do like NWA.
Austin Aries is apparently killing it over there right now in the NWA. Listen, I love Austin Aries. Don't get me wrong. Like Austin Aries is great. I even said that I'd love to team with him if I was actually a part of a TNA tag team. But man, Austin Aries is another guy that I really feel like WWE could have gone behind in 2016, 2017. But nah. Just say nah.
Did we talk about Kiera Hogan yet? Because Kiera Hogan is amazing.
Oh, Kiera Hogan? Yeah, well, listen, Kiera Hogan, we could probably have another 2-hour conversation about Kiera.
I'll sit here and talk with myself about Kiera. Every time I see her in the ring, she gets that much better. I watched her match on Dark tonight, and she won.
Who was she facing?
I don't know. Some lady who went out there and tried to sing as her intro. She didn't get an entrance, so.
Oh, she didn't.
She got
Okay.
the job entrance. So I was like, okay, cool. But Kiera got her about the way in about like 7 minutes. So.
It's actually a. Let me actually take a look at their Instagram right now.
I wish they put her on the actual show sometime, please.
Let's take a look at this real quick. Not that one. There we go. So, was Brandy Rose? Oh, Brandy Rose is on Dark tonight, was she? Oh my god.
I didn't watch any of that. That's forward passports.
Oh, we had Red Velvet too. Oh my god.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, I gotta watch that.
Oh, Eddie Kingston was on Dark tonight. Jeez, okay. Oh, Dark Order's 10? Oh my god. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. He had the little man. He had the little man accompany him to the ring tonight.
Oh man.
He had -1 with him.
Wow. I gotta watch the rest of that show now.
Kira Hogan versus Shalance Royal.
Yeah.
That was apparently the woman that she faced.
I had no idea who that woman was.
Shalance Royal. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You're not doing it. The only reason why I bought up Kiara is because she was like tag champion in Impact.
Dude, they had my Bear Country on Dark tonight. Oh, of course they had Abaddon too.
Styles, Kazarian was going crazy. What you know about the Kazarian? He was going nuts.
Bro, Frankie, Kazarian. Jesus Christ.
That's prime Kazarian. He will never do stuff like he did in TNA ever again. I don't care where that man goes. Whatever he was doing in TNA, he was not thinking.
Listen, I love SCU. I really do with Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, but man, when they broke that up way too early. AEW broke that up way too early.
He was in a tag team with Christopher Daniels in TNA. I forget what it was called. They've been a tag team, then broke up, then tag team, then broke up so many times.
Kazarian and Daniels. Tag team TNA. Let's see. Bad Influence. That was it.
They were killing. They tried to get AJ to join. AJ going to join. Oh man.
So Callan censored with Christopher Daniels at the time too.
Wow.
The Elite Hunter is what he's pretty much known as right now.
I'm happy he's still working.
And he's still awesome. Like you see him in the ring, and he's he has not lost a step at all. Like, I mean, 44 is not old for professional. Well, honestly, it kind of is old for professional wrestling, but he's still doing things. He's still amazing at the time.
Oh. I thought about something. Whenever Jeff or Matt Hardy, whenever they wear braids, they just evolve into a different person.
Dude, it's so true.
Had the braids, and when Matt, I remember Matt was he was a heel when he came back with the braids, and he had like a match against RVD. Yo, Matt was. I've never been a big fan of Matt Hardy, but his heel runs with the braids in TNA, he was going nuts. I think Cold Blooded. I think that was his gimmick at the time. Man, he was cool. That and the broken stuff, obviously, that's what sold me on Matt. But like, I feel like for a long time he was trying to find what his gimmick was, because when they just had him out there with the blue and white trunks as just regular Matt Hardy, it never hit. But like when he went to TNA, and that's what I think. Impact / TNA, Matt Hardy is the best ever, because like especially. I do like the whole the V2 Matt Hardy stuff early, and I despise what he's doing in AEW with the whole money Matt. I think that's stupid. But
Yeah, they need to get rid of the Hardy family office.
TNA and Impact has been the only company to really understand what Matt Hardy's thing is and then make it work.
You don't think he really? I mean, he did stuff in WWE, but nothing like.
Nothing to the point that it was good, because like Matt Hardy's broken gimmick was so good it made me start watching Impact again for a short time, and then when they left, I was done. But like when I saw him, what he was doing with Jeff and the Vanguard, and they brought his wife into it, and they had a whole nother. That was what brought me back to watching TNA again. But when he left, it dropped off. So if you can bring me back to watch another company just off one gimmick, you got it. And TNA and Impact, TNA/Impact always like on the same page with Matt, and I've always loved that. Oh, okay.
I remember when Kazarian used to do cutters and leg drops off the exhibition ropes and all that. Like, bro, listen, Kazarian, whenever he was Kazarian was just great. he did moves off shit that you did not think was probably even possible. And yeah, Sanjay Dutt. Do I remember Sanjay Dutt?
Sanjay Dutt.
Dude, come on. Who doesn't remember Sanjay?
Sanjay Dutt, freaking the Pope. D'Angelo De Niro was amazing. He had money with his face on it. That's always cool. I always like that.
Whenever you print money with your actual face on it, that
yeah, you're cool now.
And not get in trouble, because I mean, I feel like that's kind of illegal. But yeah,
I mean, don't use it to buy things.
Yeah, just don't use it to buy things, and it'll be like, hey, this don't look right.
That's not Andrew Jackson. That's you.
Yeah, he's actually a producer in AEW right now. You're right.
Well, that's cool.
What else can we even discuss here? There's a lot of other things that we can discuss about TNA. Like there's so many other things that we can even really discuss. But listen, we are.
I'm thinking my brain because I haven't thought about this stuff.
I feel like. I mean, we talked a lot about some stuff tonight, but there's definitely some things that we can do just some multiple episodes on with this. But that's why we do these Tuesday shows, because we can just talk about random things and we can always just have a good time with it.
For real. I'm trying to. I'm telling you, a lot of the stuff was just very hard.
R-Truth was in TNA, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a tag team. He was in a tag team with this football player, but the football player couldn't wrestle because the NFL wouldn't let him. So he would just work the whole match.
What was the point of him being an Impact?
I don't know.
For TNA at the time.
Truth would just work the whole match and then win, and then he would come up and like, "Hey, we're tag team champions." It was great. It was great.
What's the point of the football player even being an Impact then?
I hate Dixie Carter. Dixie Carter was the most annoying. Oh my god. Dixie Carter was. Oh man, I did not like her.
So, let's actually take a look at R-Truth. Other than being a goddamn 47-7-11 time 24/7 champ, a 53-time 24/7 champion. Jesus Christ.
In Kentucky.
NWA World Heavyweight Champion 2 times in TNA. NWA World Tag Team Champions 2 times with BG James, and he was a tag team champion with Conan. Jesus Christ.
Conan.
TNA World Tag Team Champion with Adam Jones. Oh, Adam Jones? That's the football player.
Mm-hmm.
Last played for the Broncos in 2018.
Chyna was on Impact?
Chyna?
What year did she pass away? That's like 2014, wasn't it? She's on Impact's 2011 roster.
Chyna passed away in 2016.
Damn. She's definitely on their roster. Wow.
So
being in TNA. Huh.
it doesn't well, I don't think she won any championships there because it would have something in TNA, but let me So TNA in 2011, during the May 3rd, 2011 tapings of the edition of May 12th of Impact, Chyna made her TNA debut, introduced by the returning Spike TV network consultant Mick Foley. He introduced her as Kurt Angle's business associate. She had been previously referred to as his mistress. Okay, of course. And tag team partner at Sacrifice, where they would face Jeff Jarrett and Karen Jarrett during the tapings. She also took part in a battle royal, from which she was eliminated by Jeff. She eliminated Jeff. At Sacrifice on May 15th, Chyna submitted Karen to win the mixed tag match. She left TNA shortly after, making Sacrifice 2011 her final wrestling match ever. Okay, so she was not in TNA for very long.
Wow.
But we all know she was a goddamn trailblazer in the wrestling business anyway, with everything that she's done.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's Chyna. I did not even remember she was a part of Impact. But then again, that was before I even started watching Impact. I watched Impact in 2012.
Rest in peace, Chyna.
R.I.P. in peace.
Oh my God! I forgot what Tommy Dreamer was.
Tommy Dreamer too. Jesus.
They tried to do the whole ECW rebrand. They call it like
EVT
2.0 or something weird. It was cool, and then I remember when they the pay-per-view Hard Justice, they made it Hardcore Justice, and it was just a bad pay-per-view. Oh God. Tommy tried to rake AJ's eye out with a fork. And it just AJ just came on the show next week. Yeah, I'm fine. Had this terrible match with Tommy Dreamer trying to kill me. And Gail Kim. Gail Kim got a lot of good looks in Impact, but her time in WWE was trash. They threw her to the side in WWE for some reason.
And Gail Kim is still over there in Impact now.
This thing is telling me that Santino Morello was in TNA.
Santino, I feel, was not in TNA.
I'm reading this article right now, and I see him. He's looking face to face with Austin Aries. It was like during Impact's fourth rebrand. So
Santino and Austin Aries.
It wasn't in their prime. They were on Pop at this time. That's what it looks like. With that other channel before Pop.
Well, he didn't do anything championship wise. Where the heck was he in Impact?
It says he was a what?
All I'm seeing here is teaming with Vladimir Kozlov, United States champion, final storylines, and then return to the independent scene in 2017 to present. I do not see anything about him being in TNA.
They probably treated Impact as an independent team because he didn't do anything. He wasn't. Oh, he didn't wrestle. Okay.
Oh, he didn't wrestle. Okay.
He's definitely sitting here next to Austin Aries.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on a second. On November 5th, 2017, he appeared in the audience, of Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory event. Still collaborated with Impact Wrestling, co-hosting a program Behind the Lights on Twitch. Behind the Lights. That's probably behind the Impact Now. Before the Impact Now. On July 23rd, 2018, he appeared on Impact Wrestling's TV taping in the corner of Dustin Quicksilver, representing his Battle Arts Academy. Quicksilver lost to Austin Aries after Santino threw in the towel on his behalf. Following this, he got a confrontation with Aries, resulting in him hitting Aries with a low blow.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, Morella then appeared, in July of 2019. Yeah, this was pretty much months after July of 2019. He appeared on Raw Reunion in a backstage skit, all that kind of stuff. And he even made an appearance during the 2020 Women's Royal Rumble under his character Santina Morella, where he entered at number 29, becoming the first woman to enter the Women's Royal Rumble match before shenanigans ensued. First male to enter the Women's Royal Rumble match before shenanigans ensued, and he eliminated himself via the Cobra after being startled and intimidated by Natalya and Beth Phoenix.
Wow.
Yeah. He appeared on Josh Bennett's Bloodsport 2 as himself after that. I don't know who Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 2 is, but whatever.
Did we talk about Sting?
Briefly. We did talk about Sting briefly when we were going over the top 10 matches by Sportster.
He was champion like 4 different times and like 4 different like characters of his. Joker Sting is still one of the best TNA gimmicks I think ever, and I know a lot of people dislike that gimmick. I enjoyed every second of that.
Was the character when he said "sit down, Karen" or whatever?
Yes, he's like, "You're crazy."
Yeah.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh my god! I think I posted that clip like months ago.
Yeah, you did.
Oh man.
He was an NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He was a former 4-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion, a 1-time Tag Team Champion with Kurt Angle and Sting as Tag Team Champions.
Man,
dude, you can't defeat that. Who defeated them?
I don't know.
Who defeated them? Because I feel like that's just too unstoppable.
Oh yeah, we can't say that word on YouTube, but I do remember him.
Manic.
Yeah, and Austin Aries was him for a little bit.
Yeah.
He had the suit on.
Who the heck did? I want to find out who beat Sting and Kurt Angle as Tag Team Champions. Because I feel like that's just way too unstoppable. Man, they must have held it a long time ago, because
I think for the time Minute Mafia had like all the championships.
Sting and Kurt Angle were the 4th ever Impact Tag Team Champions. Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Now I feel stupid. They only held it for 13 days.
Oh. Wow.
The Pac-Man. Who's the Pac-Man? Oh, wait, no, that's Ron Killings and Adam Jones. Wait, really? Okay, no, hold on a second.
Wait a minute, stop.
No, wait, that can't be right. So,
Ron and Pac-Man beat Kurt and Sting.
So hold on a sec. Team 3D were the first ever tag team champions in the company history. So then this was a winner take all match with in which Joe's TNA X Division Championship, as well as Angle's. Wait, what the heck is this? Okay, so
That means
Sting, AJ Styles, Christian Cage. No, wait, what the heck is this? List of Impact World Tag Team Champions. It legitimately says Kurt Angle and Sting, August 27, 2007. And then the next champions were the Team Pac-Man and Adam Jones and Ron Killings on September 9th, 2007. And No Surrender. No Surrender 2007. Let's look at this because maybe this would actually help us out. Team Pac-Man and Adam Pac-Man Jones and Ron Killings defeated Kurt Angle and Sting in a tag team match for the TNA World Tag Team Championships.
You know what that means, right? Do you know what that means? R-Truth beat Kurt and Sting by himself.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. R-Truth is the greatest.
And guess how long the match was?
How long was the match?
5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, no. R-Truth is the greatest of all time. He just beat Kurt and Sting in 5 minutes by himself. That's ridiculous. Oh, my God. Yo, R-Truth solo squad and Kurt and Sting is the funniest thing. Whoa. Why does no one talk about this?
I'm making a video tomorrow.
That is nuts.
I'm making a video tomorrow.
R-Truth is the greatest wrestler of all time.
You know what? I might actually make it as soon as we get off of this.
That is ridiculous.
I think that's probably the last we're ever gonna actually have to talk about this for this episode, because that alone,
Yeah.
that's just way too mind blowing for me to even move on.
Yo. Oh my God. R-Truth.
R-Truth solos on Sting and Perk Angle. Not Kurt Angle, Perk Angle, because you know at that time Kurt Angle was just unstoppable.
Okay, he was doing nut. Oh my God. He killed the highest evolution version of Kurt Angle and Sting. Wow.
And I know I was looking at the right things because I was like, wait, this is the list of World Tag Team Champions TNA. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, this is correct.
What?
But then I saw R-Truth and Pac-Man. I'm like, bro, no.
He just casually beats the Stinger and Kurt.
And then all of a sudden, I had to click into that pay-per-view because I'm like, if they beat him as Surrender, that's obviously a big pay-per-view in TNA history. So I clicked on it just to make sure. That was the first match on the card.
Yeah.
That was the first match on the card. And R-Truth single-handedly beat Sting and Kurt Angle in 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
That is hilarious. I gotta start doing more TNA content, because this show, if they did that, they had to be doing worse stuff. Like it couldn't have stopped there. That is ridiculous. Shout out R-Truth, man. He's the best. You know what? R-Truth to be Roman Reigns.
Ron Killings and Pac-Man versus Sting and Kurt Angle.
Someone book R-Truth to be Roman Reigns right now, because obviously he can do it if he just beat Kurt and Sting at their highest point. Well, at least Kurt in his highest point.
Bro, that is insane. Adam Jones.
They got this man running around with a tear on, when he should be at the top of the card. Wow. Wow.
No Surrender 2007. I want to look at more of this because if No Surrender 2007 started off like that, what else happened on the show?
It had to be a great one.
Next match after the 5 minutes and 30-second match, Rhino defeated James Storm in a singles match in 13 minutes 20 seconds. Robert Roode, Bobby Roode,
Big Bob,
defeated Kazarian in 13 minutes and 50 seconds. X Division Championship, Jay Lethal defeated Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle wrestled 3 times on the show.
Yeah, he had all the championships. He had all the belts.
In 12 minutes and 30 seconds, Jay Lethal defeated Kurt Angle to become the X Division champion. Chris Harris, there's Chris Harris again.
Yeah.
Defeated Black Rain.
That's Goldust.
Oh, that's right. That's Goldust. Oh my God.
That's Blue Dust.
Blue Dust, yeah. In a no DQ match in 5.5 minutes.
Blue Dust.
AJ Styles and Tomko defeated 10 other teams. The other teams were the Voodoo Kin Mafia, the Latin American Express, Team 3D, the Motor City Machine Guns, Triple X, Sanjay Dutt and P.D. Williams, Serotonin, and Raven and Havoc.
Serotonin?
Yeah.
Serotonin?
Eric Young and Shark. Oh my God, Eric Young and Shark Boy.
Shark Boy.
And Rock and Rave Infection and Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave. Lance Hoyt. Yeah. I know Lance Hoyt. Who's Lance Hoyt?
Why is that his name? Hoyt.
Oh, shoot. Shit. Hold on a second. That's Archer. That's Lance Archer.
Lance Archer.
That's Archer.
Yo, this company is nuts. Yo, that's hilarious.
Lance Archer and Jimmy Rave. Where the heck is Jimmy Rave?
You know Jimmy Rave is. He just passed away, didn't he? He just passed away, I believe.
Yeah, he did. Oh, sorry. December 12th, 2021. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they defeated those 10 teams. Jesus. Christian Cage defeated Samoa Joe by DQ in 15 minutes and 15 seconds. And then Kurt Angle defeated Abyss by submission in a TNA World Heavyweight Championship match in 19 minutes and 30 seconds. This TNA pay-per-view had to have been insane. Starting off with Ron Killings defeated Kurt Angle and Sting single-handedly.
Absolutely amazing.
Then ended with Kurt Angle defeating Abyss by submission for the TNA World title.
You know what you have to watch? This YouTuber named Marky D. He does documentaries on like Prime TNA. It's hilarious. You got to watch because they were doing some crazy stuff.
I feel like I definitely heard of Marky D before.
He's hilarious. He bought me like some memories that I totally forgot because the TNA pay-per-views used to be insane. Oh man. Look, I know for a fact that TNA people aren't watching this, but Impact people, for the love of God, make something like the WWE Network so we can watch. I know Impact Plus has the pay-per-views. I have Impact Plus. We need something so we can watch the weekly shows. Please, I will never leave the house. Please give me that. Don't make it like Peacock where they got all kind of stuff. No, just make it the TNA Network. Call it that. I don't care. Vince won't sue you. He don't care. Just do it.
It's not the WWE Network anymore. That's only across seas. That's only across seas.
I think
they sold that shit.
I think it's because I forget who told me this. Impact didn't get the rights to like Spike TV yet, so they can't do it. They can't put like the weekly shows on there yet. Even though I don't even know if anyone watches Spike TV anymore, so I don't know why they want to give them the rights. I don't know what the hell's on Spike TV at the moment, but
I don't even think I have Spike TV.
Just get on that. Make the weekly shows accessible. I will never leave this house if you let me watch these weekly shows again. That's all I want. That's literally all I want.
I hate that I have to go to either Twitch or a website just to watch the weekly show. I don't do that. That's not my style now.
Ring Ka King. I remember that. I remember Ring Ka King.
Ring Ka King?
That was a weird one. I remember Ring Ka King.
What's a Ring Ka King? I have to look that up now.
It was mainly like their Super Showdown or like their crown jewel.
But Ring Ka King. What the heck is that? Let's take a look at this. All right. The finals of this title tournament that I'm seeing right now is Scott Steiner and Matt Morgan. Oh my God.
I remember.
And apparently Matt Morgan won.
Of course he did. They're trying to push him.
So Matt Morgan won the first one. Then apparently Sir Brutus Magnus. Is that just Magnus now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nick Aldis.
Mm-hmm.
He won the second one. Then I thought this was Veer, but nah. It's Mahabali.
Veer's coming.
That's Vera. He won the third one, and then it was only a three-time. It was only a three-time thing, it seemed, for singles, because the last time it was just deactivated. So singles-wise, it was that. You had Bulldog, Hart, and Chavo Guerrero won the tag team one, I guess. RDX and Abyss and Scott Steiner were a team.
Scott Steiner.
And then the Bollywood Boys were the third ever ones.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this was not really all that memorable because it really did not last that long.
No, it was like their crown jewel. It just never worked the way they wanted it to.
Ring Ka King. That's an insane name. It was a professional wrestling promotion based in India, which was backed by TNA. Filming for promotion's television product began in December 2011 with the backing of Endemol and debuted on India's The Colors Network on January 28, 2012. The first season lasted 26 episodes, concluding on April 22nd. Oh, okay. So yeah, there were just some seasons kind of thing, and it really didn't last all too long.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Jarrett was in charge of the promotion. That's probably one of your first mistakes.
You gotta watch. He did a whole breakdown of like the whole Monday Night Wars between Impact and Raw. It's a 3-hour video.
I forgot Impact was on Mondays too at that point. They were trying to compete with that, and it just never worked.
You can't compete with stuff like that. You never can. Just do your own thing. If any of you guys want to make a wrestling promotion, do not fight against WWE. You will not win. Just do what you got to do. Do not fight against Vince. You're not. It's only gonna hurt you in the end. Do not fight that.
All right, guys. I think we're officially tapped out now. We talked for a good 2 hours about this, and trust me, there's a lot more that we can get into.
I'm gonna remember more stuff when I go to bed.
Yeah, and trust me, guys, we can definitely talk more about all this kind of stuff. That's why we do these Tuesday shows, just talk about some random shit and just have a good old wrestling discussion. One of you guys asked if we could do a Tuesday show about Prime Ring of Honor. I think that would be a great idea. Well, if I know you weren't too much into the whole Prime Ring of Honor kind of days,
I was not.
but man, trust me, Ring of Honor, even though it got shut down now, Ring of Honor has some great stuff in the past, and it definitely does deserve to be recognized. I don't know if you'd be down for a Ring of Honor chat, but hey, maybe we can invite somebody on here that knows about Ring of Honor and about the Prime version of it, and we can chat it up with them and see where everything goes.
Cool with me.
All right, guys. One of the final points that I do want to make before we get out of here, before I do selling out, is that Ron Killings soloed Sting and Kurt Angle all in one night, and that is what you should be taking away from this entire stream tonight. Other than that, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 500 subscribers. As we continue to do that, please continue to hit that bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We got tomorrow, pretty much today. We have Holiday Bash for AEW. We got Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy, which should be amazing. I feel like that match was a long time coming, and now we finally get that. In the main event, we finally do have the first kind of meeting of MJF and CM Punk, as we have those two on separate teams. CM Punk is teaming with Sting and Darby Allin, while MJF is teaming with FTR. Should be an amazing main event. I can't wait for that. Adam Cole says he has a big surprise for all of us tomorrow in a box. And if you guys did not see, Kyle O'Reilly, he's teasing stuff. He legitimately tweeted out a GIF saying what's in the box. So, I don't know. We'll talk about it. What's in the box? We don't know. Maybe you're inside that box, Kyle. There are some major things happening in the world of professional wrestling. And like one of you guys said in the comments, 2021 professional wrestling, we won at the end of the day when it came to professional wrestling in this year. This year was great for professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And whether you like WWE, whether you like AEW, it didn't matter, because whatever promotion that you were watching at the time, both promotions had some great matches, and we all were just sitting there watching it all and having a good old time. But do all the good stuff, all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And Woff, do you have anything else to say before we get out of here, other than R-Truth single-handedly taking down Sting and Kurt Angle?
Yeah. Acknowledge Ron. That's all I can say.
Acknowledge Ron.
Calling him Ron Reigns for now, bro. He's the best.
Ron Reigns.
That's it. If I see him doing anything less than being at the top of the card, I'm going to be very irritated. with this damn company as if I'm not already with them. But
well, I mean, he's a 53-time 24/7 champion, and he can't pin Dana Brooke because women in WWE now. So
women. Yeah.
I don't know how they can get the title off the women now because they don't even allow the men to even go near them. So it's just going to be a women's championship now.
Pretty much, you can't really.
They can't do anything.
There has to be a loophole somewhere because I swear Randy RKO.
Even though I feel like I believe Jerry Springer was on an episode of Raw on this year or whatever, and I think he pinned Kelly to become a champion. So
that's a disgusting visual. I'm happy.
Yeah, it was bad, but if he can do it to Kelly, why can't Archer do it to Dana Brooke? I don't know.
RKO Nia Jax.
Yeah.
And Stephanie.
And that was in the Rumble.
Randy RKO Stephanie McMahon then kissed her while he handcuffed Triple H to the rope.
Well, that was a different time back then, bro.
He still did it, Randy. You just have that happen 15 years ago, and then now. No.
That wasn't Jerry. It was somebody. It was somebody that pinned Kelly. That was Gerald Briscoe.
Who the hell is that?
Okay. What? One of the old Briscoe brothers.
Oh.
Not the Briscoe brothers that we have now that are just killing it. I'll show you Gerald in a second, but yeah, Gerald Briscoe, Jerry Springer. I don't know. Not really the same difference because they're two totally different people. But listen, they were still doing intergender stuff. So now all of a sudden, Archers can't pin Dana Brooke. Wild. Prime TNA though. Great stuff, as always.
Maury versus Jerry. Jerry would whoop Maury's ass. Maury don't want the beef. Jerry came down the show on a pole. He can't do that. Can't stop him.
Rams with the W tonight. Good. I don't know why the 2 Tuesday games was not a doubleheader. You can only watch one of the actual football games on TV tonight. That was it. The other one was on around the exact same time as the first one, and you just could not find it on any other channel. It was not a doubleheader. So you can only watch that one channel, one game. Otherwise, you have to go on a website to try to find a stream of the other one.
I saw the Eagles game. I saw they won.
Did the Eagles win? Yeah. They should.
They won.
And now I see Mandy Rose in a bikini.
Mandy Rose is one of the worst champions of all time. I just wanted to say that.
She is. I do not like her.
If she comes out of the triple threat at New Year's Eve, if she wins that triple threat,
it's got to be Raquel, please.
I'll be happy if it's Cora. Mandy just can't win. She can't wrestle. She did 5 moves in the War Games match, and 4 of those moves were big beats. Stop. She sucks. Stop making women that can't wrestle women's champion. It doesn't do good for your division. You're lessening the impact of people like Raquel and freaking Shayna Baszler who are on your roster, and you are misusing them terribly. Mandy Rose cannot wrestle. Stop trying to make me feel like she can wrestle. She can't. She's not.
I think Suplex said it best when we were talking to him on last Tuesday's episode. One of the times where I really just started having to lose faith in the women's division of NXT was when Charlotte won the women's championship for NXT at that time.
Disgusting.
It was a triple threat. I believe it was at the In Your House event. One of the times that they were actually doing an In Your House event. Io Shirai, and I think it wasn't Raquel. Rhea Ripley.
Wow.
And Rhea Ripley was the champion at the time, I believe, and yeah, she pinned Io. And then we never really got Rhea Ripley to have any kind of redemption for it. And yeah, so yeah.
Io and Electra had a really good match.
Yeah, she lost it to Io. So yeah, we never really had redemption for Rhea.
Did you watch NXT?
Oh yeah, I watched it during that time, and then as soon as that happened, I'm like, of course, of course. No, like of course Charlotte has to win the championship, and when she won that championship, she did nothing for the division.
Did you watch it tonight?
Oh yeah. I was watching it with you on your stream, but I also had it on my TV.
Oh, okay.
Raquel, man, listen, I know you love her for all the other reasons that to love a person. Let's just say it like that. But Raquel Gonzalez, I'm telling you right now, at the beginning of her run in NXT, I didn't really see anything behind her because she was mainly just behind Dakota Kai.
Mm-hmm.
But then when she broke up from that, and she just became into like her own person, she impressed the living hell out of me from that point on. And I mean, she even impressed me when she was with Dakota, but really it was the time when she broke up from that is when she really started actually becoming one of her own and figuring out like what she can really do. Mm-hmm. And now she's one of the top women in that division, probably in the company, if you can even talk to some of the right people. And man, the sky's the limit for her unless they just fuck her up.
That's why I don't want her to go on the roster. She's very noticeable as being the best woman damn near on that roster. Like even in the War Games match, she was the main point. She was the main attraction there. So why?
I feel like her and Cora Jade were pretty much the main attractions there because Cora Jade has gotten a lot of stock recently.
She was going crazy. I think she's up next, honestly, but Mandy Rose as champion. It doesn't even irritate me like Roman Reigns being champion because at least Roman is believable as Universal Champion. Mandy is not believable as NXT Women's Champion. It's like she just has the belt. That War Games match pissed me off because she did 4 moves, and 4 of those moves were big boots and talking and walking, and I was like, ugh. And Raquel's just throwing people across the ring effortlessly. Cora's Jeff Harding off the damn steel cage and get her arm popped back in the socket by Io, and then Mandy just comes in there and just barely works the match. God.
And guess how old Cora Jade is?
She's like 20, right?
She is 20.
That's nuts.
January 14th, 2021.
That's crazy.
Not 2021. Jesus, that would make her not even a year old yet. In 2001. My bad. That's actually 3 days before after my birthday.
That's crazy.
But I was in 98, so I'd be 3 years old at that point when she was just born.
That's crazy.
Cora Jade, though, she has a lot of stock, and I feel like they're really trying to push her into something.
Bro, Gigi would have been more believable as women's champion because she can actually wrestle. JC, yeah, I feel like she's getting there.
JC, she's trying to find her own still.
Yeah. Gigi's the best out of the 3. Mandy freaking sucks.
And trust me, that's not just because she has the red hair like one of our own sisters. And and Megan. No, that's not it. That's not it. Gigi's just honestly really that damn good.
She's very, very good compared to her quote unquote leader. God. Make me mad.
But that's it, guys. We'll talk. I can't believe I just mentioned Megan and Gigi don't want to get in the same sentence. It's nuts.
That's tough, man.
She's gonna find that in a clip of one of these times, and she's gonna be like, "Phil, you fucker!"
That's tough. That's tough, man.
That's it, guys. We're officially tapping out for now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. AEW Holiday Bash should be a good show, and we'll talk to you guys then. Until then, peace out. Have a good night. Stay safe. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow for AEW Holiday Bash. Peace.